The US savings account rate right now is only 0.46%, which means every year when you deposit $100, you're only going to get 46 cents back. Now, this is obviously very low, and it won't even cover inflation, as last year's inflation was 3.4%. And this is where high yield savings accounts can come into play. These savings accounts could have APYs, or annual percentage yields, over 10 times higher than the average savings account rate. And they can do this because these savings accounts are almost entirely online, meaning less overhead that they have to pay employees and brick and mortar locations. So let's take a look at 7 really good high yield savings accounts that you can open up, with the highest on this list being at 5.32% APY. And every account I mentioned on this list is FDIC insured up to a certain amount, and is generally around $250,000. So in the case of any unexpected bank failure, the government will insure your money up to that limit. So with that being said, let's look at 7 good high yield savings accounts. The first account on our list is the Discover High Yield Savings Account. This account has a 4.35% APY, has no minimum deposit, so you could start earning that APY with just $1. It has no monthly fees, the interest is compounded daily, and credited to your account monthly. It also comes with a great user-friendly mobile app and has 24/7 customer support in case you need any assistance. The biggest con with this high yield savings account, and like many other on this list, is that there's no physical branches associated with this bank, meaning it's not like a Bank of America where you could just walk into the branch. You'll have to do everything online. And another thing, it has a low APY compared to the other accounts on this list, meaning it only comes in at 4.35%, so that could be a turnoff for some people. The second account on our list is the American Express High Yield Savings Account. This one also comes in at 4.35%. Some key things about this account is that there's no monthly balance and no minimum fees, has a great user-friendly mobile app, and has 24/7 customer support. It's also really easy to set up transfers to and from this account and to set up auto depositing. And like the Discover High Yield Savings Account, this one's also compounded daily and credited to your account every month. And this is also a high yield savings account that I personally use. And if you want a more detailed breakdown of why I picked this, you can watch the video I made on this account, and I'll leave it in the description below if you want to check it out. So some cons with this account is that there's no ATM access and transfers are not really immediate. It also comes in at 4.35% APY, which is not very high compared to the other ones on this list. Next up on the list is the Marcus by Goldman Sachs High Yield Savings Account. And this one comes in at 4.5% APY. Like others on this list, this one has no fees and no minimum deposits, meaning you can start earning that 4.5% APY with just $1. It's super easy to set up transfers to and from accounts, and they also have great 24/7 customer support as well. And you're also backed by a big brand name like Goldman Sachs, meaning it's a very trustworthy and reliable brand. Some cons to point out is that there's no physical locations, and everything needs to be done online. Some of these high yield savings accounts on this list allow you to deposit checks straight into the account, but this one unfortunately does not have that feature, so you'd have to transfer from another bank into this one if you wanted to deposit a check. The next one is a big one that lots of people talk about when they discuss high yield savings accounts, and this is the Sofi high yield savings account, which comes in at 4.6% APY. This one has no minimum and no monthly account fees. You're able to pay your bills, deposit checks straight into the account using their app, and you get to be paid up to 2 days early if you register for the direct deposit. Another feature that Sofi has is that they give you a debit card that you can use. And a good feature that this debit card has is that you're able to round up your purchases to the nearest dollar in order to help you save. So for instance, if you buy a cup of coffee for $3.50, it'll round up that transaction to $4, and that 50 cents left over will automatically be put into your savings account. So some cons with the Sofi high yield savings account is that you must set up direct deposits in order to receive that high APY, and you must open up a checking and a savings account. You can't just have one or the other. Next up on the list is the CIT Bank High Yield Savings Account. This one comes in at 5.05% APY. This one has no fees, and you're able to use their mobile app to deposit checks, transfer funds, etc. The APY is also compounded daily, which is a good feature to have because the more frequently your interest is compounded, the more rapid your principal balance will grow. So a big con with the CIT savings is that there's actually a minimum balance that you need to have in order to get this APY. And to get that full 5.05% APY, you're going to need at least $5,000 into that account. And this is only for the Platinum Savings Account. If you do have less than $5,000 in that Platinum Savings Account, you only qualify for 0.25% APY. CIT also offers another high yield savings account called the Savings Connect, which gets you 4.65% APY, and you only need $100 into that account. Meaning if you are saving up and don't have $5,000 just yet, you can keep it in that Savings Connect account, and then once you do cross that threshold, you can move it into that Platinum Savings account. The next account is the EverBank Performance Savings Account, which comes in at a 5.15% APY. Like most others on this list, some great features that EverBank offers is that there's no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and the interest is compounded daily with this account. It also has a great online banking and mobile app, and you're able to access over 80,000 fee-free ATMs. The only downside with this account is that there are no physical branches, so you would have to do everything online. The last account on this list is the Western Alliance High Yield Savings Account, which has a 5.32% APY. Western Alliance also has no account fees, no real minimum deposit, and has 24/7 customer support whenever you need it. This one's a little different from other high yield savings accounts because you're actually going through a third-party app called Raisin to actually access your savings. And Raisin is a digital storefront where banks and credit unions can promote their products through this third party. This can be a con for some people using that third party, but this account is still FDIC insured, meaning anything that happens to this will still be safe. Another con with this is that there's no ATM card, so any transfer would have to be online. And that was a brief overview of 7 good high yield savings accounts that are out there that you could potentially put your money into. Just remember, all the high yield savings accounts that I mentioned in this video are linked below in the description, so if you want more detail on each one, you can check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.